Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel, and I'm doing a little Granum tutorial update video. First of all, extracting Granum is one of the most important things in Mortal Online because it's the basic material that you can gather everywhere on the fucking map. But let's talk about the skills you need first. So here are the primary skills you need if you really want to extract Granum to its fullest potential. Don't worry, I have linked that in the description. These skills are a little bit overwhelming in the beginning, but it's easier than it looks. So here, just for example, when you want to extract something like Granum, you need crafting appliances, and you need the ore extraction appliances, and then you need the communitors and the crusher. Because we want to use the crusher to extract our Granum, just for example, then we also need the skill crusher operation. A little bit logic, yeah, I know. And if you want to use the furnace, you of course need the furnace skill for that. No shit. For everything you do in Mortal Online, there's a skill for it. So skill it if you use that thing. What is also very important here is the refining expertise skill. This is also a pain in the ass to level up, but it's needed for advanced metals. You also need the extraction skill, the basic ore extraction, and it depends on how far you want to extract your Granum. You then need intermediate ore extraction and advanced ore extraction. It depends on how far you want to extract some stuff. The interesting thing is, for every material I'm talking about, you also need their skills. So if you, for example, getting this or that out of your Granum, or you're using this and you want to extract it further, you also need the skill for it. This is very important. And some skills can only be learned from books and not by doing that. So let's start with our chart here. We have our Granum and we are throwing that in the crusher to get out blood ore, to make pig iron and steel out of that. Or we can also throw that in the grinder to get more amarantum out of that, to make waterstone, to make lupium, to make tungsteel, which is better than steel, for example. And here, just for example, you take your Granum, you go to the next crusher, you throw it in there, and one stack means 10,000 units. And just for example, if you have all skills 100, then you would, for example, get out 770 blood ore and 882 amarantum. And if you are an alchemy, for example, and you have skilled getting more out of the extraction clade gift, then you get 3 to 6% more. Okay, now we have our blood ore, our amarantum, and we also got flagstone. And flagstone is a very basic material for weapons, for example. If you want to have really cheap weapons or something like that, or weapons for PvE, this also works very good. But back to our blood ore. For example, we want to make steel. I also have a steel tutorial. You can also look in the description. It's linked there. But now we want to make pig iron out of our blood ore in order to make steel out of that. So we could just go to the furnace and throw in the blood ore, but we would get out a very small amount of pig iron. And that is why we are using catalysts. For example, if you have a stack of blood ore, 10,000 units, for example, and you throw it in the furnace with 560 sulfur, for example, and all your skills are 100, then you get out 4,000 pig iron. But again, it's very, very important that you have all your skills and that you calculate the catalysts according to how much you throw in. Otherwise, you wouldn't get out as much. And now we have a little bit of pig iron. So now let's extract amarantum. So when we extract amarantum, the most important stuff there is, for example, electrum, then cuprum. Cuprum can be directly used, for example, to craft some decent spears. It's not the best, but it works. Then black. This is one of the best materials for building stuff because it's fucking cheap and it's a byproduct of extracting amarantum, so who the fuck cares? But you can't use it for weapons, for armors or stuff like that. It's fucking too heavy and it's not good. Then we have the core, the waterstone. We need waterstone in order to make tungsteel. So this is a very, very important thing. So take your amarantum, make sure that you have the waterstone skill first, then throw that stuff into the crusher and throw it in there. You don't need a catalyst for that. And if you throw it in the crusher and you have all your skills correctly, then you get out 900 waterstone out of one stack of amarantum. So now we have our waterstone, and from waterstone we can make lupium and gem metal. Gem metal is used for making tindremic messing. This is a very, very awesome material for very heavy axes, for example. And lupium, that is used in order to make tungsteel, and tungsteel is a very, very, very awesome weapon material. There's also a tungsteel tutorial linked in the description if you're just here for that. But in order to get lupium and gem metal out of our waterstone, we need now the fabricula and the alchemy skill for that, and also the skill for the fabricula, very important. And of course the skill for lupium and for waterstone And yeah, you need, for example, a catalyst foaming salt for that. And calculate it down if you don't have a stack of Waterstone. I mean, this is fucking expensive. And you need to calculate the catalyst down to that. Now let's go and talk about Electrum. You will get out gold, silver, and cuprum. Cuprum, good spear material. Silver, a little bit too heavy for a lot of stuff. Gold is also very heavy. And it doesn't really go well with weapons or armor. So, for example, take your Electrum, go to the furnace, throw it in there with the catalyst calx powder, or maybe with sulfur, water, coke, whatever. There's a link in the description where all this stuff is listed, so please check that out. But now also to the most important stuff that we need for extracting or refinement in general. This is the refining oven. Yeah, you need a refining skill for that, and in order to make, for example, steel, you first need to make grain steel, and in order to make grain steel, you can use our freshly extracted pig iron, for example. And the ratio is 2 to 1 to 1. For example, if you want to make 1 steel, you need 2 pig iron, 1 calx powder, and 1 coke. And this is how a refinement oven looks, just in case if you're wondering. And yeah, you can't place these things in normal houses or strongholds. And this is basically how you extract everything. Just for example, if you now need coke in order to, the legal coke, in order to make steel, then go out there, extract some calx. For calx, it works the same way. Just look in the description in the sheets in there. And it's basically the same, just with other material, but it works the same. Just look at there what catalyst is used, which processing unit is used, for example, the crusher, grinder, whatever, and to make sure that you have all the skills for that. That is the key point. You really need to make sure that you have all the skills first. I have read so many comments over the years, and so many people were complaining about some stuff. And yeah, if you don't have the skills first, then you are wasting a lot of materials. So please check all your skills through. Which materials do you use? Which one do you extract to what material? What comes out of that? What comes out of the refining? What comes out of that or this? And then make sure that you have the skills, please. I mean, Mortal Online is a very huge game with a lot of niche things even in the game. And the metal production for some people is very exciting, and for some people it's fucking boring. And when I started playing it back in 2009, it was, I guess, the timers were, I don't know, 10 minutes for the extraction from 1 stack of Granum. Now it's 10 seconds. In between it was like 5 minutes. So it's very important that you leave your opinion, for example, in the comments here or in the Mortal Online 2 forums, or write it to Starbolt. If you have some quality of life ideas, if you have some improvements about the whole fucking process, even to the metal process and stuff like that. So I hope this tutorial helped you a little bit on your journey. Please leave a like and subscribe, as always. And ring the bell. And if you're searching for a German guild, look in the description, please. So special thanks to all the supporters, of course. Carmel, Professor Olokarios, Love of Gaming, The Spicy Gentleman, Ronus, Paternax, Beepkul, and Bulldog, you, and all the others, of course. And never forget to extract your Granum hard. Yeah. No, what I meant was, never forget to make party hard. See you all next time. Goodbye.